90-Day Fiancé's Julia Trubkina refuses to let fake people derail her from her goals amid huge Milestone and Brandon's impressive health update. Julia Trubkina from 90-Day, The Last Resort recently shared an Instagram post where she revealed her determination to focus on her life goals and not let fake people hinder her progress. In 2020, she moved from Russia to the United States to marry Brandon Gibbs. Despite facing numerous difficulties, including threats of deportation, losing her green card, and battling deportation, Julia persevered and eventually became an American citizen. She has now successfully launched her own business, which is rapidly gaining popularity. Brandon has also addressed his mental health concerns and dedicated himself to daily workouts. Julia shared an Instagram post with a message directed at two-faced individuals. She posted a carousel of pictures of herself from her trip to Amsterdam, Netherlands, accompanied by a caption stating, "I've faced resentment, injustice, and fake people, but I won't let them derail me from my goals." Although Julia didn't specify the identity of these pretentious people, she acknowledged that some obstacles can be challenging to overcome. She also expressed gratitude for the support of her loved ones, as it provides her with the energy to keep pushing forward. While Julia truly loves Brandon, she has become frustrated with him due to his lack of support in bringing her parents from Russia to the United States. She has agreed to seek a second opinion on her fertility issues from American doctors, but Brandon hasn't shown a willingness to help her reunite with her parents. There is a chance that Julia is criticizing Brandon or his parents, Betty and Ron Gibbs, for their lack of support. Despite making significant compromises to save her marriage with Brandon, Julia feels disappointed by him because he isn't fulfilling his part of the deal. This 90-Day Fiancé Romeo's intentions are in question after flirting with franchise co-star. Some cast members of 90-Day Hunt for Love have sparked concerns about their dating choices, but one star in particular is facing the most scrutiny. 90-Day Hunt for Love Season 1 premiered in mid-2025, following former 90-Day Fiancé cast members as they re-enter the world of dating. The new spin-off followed cast members like Chantel Everett, who explored her sexuality after going through a divorce. It also documented the dating experiences of beloved cast members, such as Tim Malcolm and Tiffany Franco, as they searched for their perfect match at the resort. Tim, a veteran of the franchise in his 40s, faced a lot of drama on 90-Day Hunt for Love, largely due to his ex-girlfriend, Jennifer Tarazona, also being on the show. He struggled to feel comfortable while pursuing other new romantic connections, as his former girlfriend continued to speak negatively about him. Although Tim successfully interacted with other women, he had to continually deal with his ex. He also had to defend his sexuality, explaining that he had taken Jennifer to a male strip club simply because she had never been to one, not because he was bisexual. So far, Tim hasn't been able to establish any strong connections with other women on 90-Day Hunt for Love. His actions have confused fans, leading them to question his honesty about his sexuality. Tim has always shown a genuine interest in women, but his deadpan reactions and laid-back responses have caused fans to doubt his true feelings. Recently, Tim tried to dispel rumors surrounding his sexuality by getting close to his co-star, Tiffany. He shared a playful yet intimate video with his co-star, showing that he is capable of being romantic and flirty when he chooses to be. Tim is trying his best to date other women, but he's facing criticism and rumors of being gay. These rumors began when Jennifer talked about her previous relationship with Tim, suggesting he has feminine qualities. Lucia from 90-Day The Single Life made similar comments about Tim because he didn't show much interest in her. However, Tim has since come forward to clarify the real reason he takes his time before becoming intimate with someone. He explained that he prefers to have a strong emotional connection with his partner before getting physical, emphasizing the importance of building a meaningful relationship over casual encounters. While Tim is unconcerned about what people think about him, he knows that the rumors surrounding his sexuality have become excessive. Many viewers believe that his chemistry with Tiffany is a way for him to shut down critics once and for all. Perhaps, Tim feels that he needs to prove his sexuality to fans to prevent them from spreading baseless rumors about him. The 90-Day Hunt for Love cast member has been showing off his macho side on social media to avoid rumors about his sexuality. Drama, but for his reaction to another reality star's troubling situation. The internet lit up after 90-Day Fiancé alum Eric Rosenbrook was reportedly arrested for allegedly assaulting his wife, Leda Margaretha, while she was holding their infant daughter. What has fans reeling, however, is Perez Hilton's explosive three-word reaction to the news: "Lock him up." The incident itself is disturbing. According to the police report and emerging details from multiple outlets, Eric was taken into custody in Baraboo, Wisconsin, after an alleged domestic violence situation turned physical. The report indicates that Leda, who also starred alongside Eric on 90 Day Fiancé, was holding their baby when the alleged incident occurred. The details remain under investigation, but sources claim Eric was aggressive, loud, and ultimately physically violent in front of their child, a child who is just weeks old. Fans of the TLC franchise know the Rosenbrooks for their chaotic relationship, which first came into public view during their stint on the reality show. Even then, viewers were concerned about the couple's dynamic. Leda, originally from Indonesia, clashed with Eric's daughter from a previous relationship, and many criticized the way Eric handled those conflicts. Still, no one imagined that things would escalate to the level of an arrest related to domestic abuse. Perez Hilton's three-word reaction, "Lock him up," came via his formerly Twitter account just hours after the news broke. Known for never holding back his thoughts on celebrity scandals, Hilton's post instantly went viral. Within minutes, it had thousands of likes, retweets, and quote tweets. Social media users across the platform applauded Hilton for calling out Eric in such a bold and unfiltered manner. "Someone needed to say it," one commenter replied. Others echoed the sentiment, demanding accountability and safety for Leda and the baby. Hilton's influence in the gossip world remains powerful. While his style has evolved over the years, from merciless takedowns to more thoughtful commentary, this post reminded many of the Perez Hilton from the early 2000s. And while some might criticize his approach, there's no denying that his voice still carries weight in the public discourse, especially when it comes to calling out unacceptable behavior from public figures. The arrest itself opens up a wide range of concerns, especially for fans who had hoped that Eric and Leda had finally found stability after years of controversy. Their relationship has been anything but smooth since they appeared on 90 Day Fiancé in 2018. Viewers remember Leda as one of the most controversial figures in the show's history. She was seen as controlling, quick to anger, and had frequent explosive fights with Eric's teenage daughter, Tasha. Eric, a military veteran, was portrayed as quiet and often passive, allowing Leda to steamroll decisions and alienate his own family. Fans begged him to stand up for himself and his daughter, but instead, the couple seemed to double down on their tumultuous bond. After the show ended, they made headlines for filing restraining orders, issuing threats of lawsuits, and stepping away from the public eye. They deleted social media accounts, citing harassment from fans. So when news emerged that they had welcomed a baby earlier this year, fans were cautiously optimistic. Some thought perhaps the couple had matured. Others feared that a child might be entering an unstable home. Unfortunately, with Eric's arrest, the latter group's concerns appear to have been well-founded. The arrest report reveals that officers responded to a domestic disturbance call placed by a neighbor who reportedly heard screaming, a baby crying, and sounds of a struggle. When police arrived, Leda was visibly shaken and crying. She allegedly told officers that Eric had become enraged over a household disagreement, began shouting, and eventually struck her while she was cradling their infant daughter. Authorities quickly removed Eric from the scene and took him into custody. Eric was reportedly charged with disorderly conduct and domestic battery. His bail was set at a relatively low amount, which infuriated many fans who felt the justice system was failing Leda and their child. Perez Hilton's tweet, "Lock him up," tapped directly into that outrage. By refusing to sugarcoat his thoughts, Hilton essentially said what many fans were already feeling. Legal experts suggest that if Leda cooperates with prosecutors, Eric could face serious consequences, including jail time, anger management classes, and the possibility of a restraining order. However, domestic violence cases are notoriously difficult to prosecute when the victim recants or refuses to testify. It's not yet clear whether Leda intends to press charges or not. In a surprising twist, some fans have turned their attention to Leda herself, not out of blame, but in concern. Over the years, her behavior has been divisive, but this incident is casting her in a new light. Many are beginning to see her as a victim who may have been trapped in a toxic relationship for much longer than anyone realized. Social media posts from months ago, once dismissed as melodrama, are now being re-examined for signs of distress. Leda, who has not publicly responded to Perez Hilton's viral tweet or the growing attention around the incident, did share a cryptic Instagram story just one day before Eric's arrest. It showed a black background with white text reading, "Not everything is what it seems. Protect your peace." Fans now wonder if that was a subtle cry for help. Perez Hilton followed up his original tweet with a lengthier post on his blog, where he elaborated on his reaction. In a scathing paragraph, he wrote, "This man was dangerous from the moment we saw him on reality TV. He abandoned his own daughter to cater to a controlling partner. Now he's reportedly attacking that same woman while she holds a newborn? That's not just disgusting, it's criminal." He continued, "I don't care if you're on TV, on YouTube, or living in the suburbs of Wisconsin. If you put your hands on someone, especially someone holding a baby, you deserve to be locked up and kept away from the people you hurt." Public response to Hilton's blog post was overwhelmingly supportive. Victim advocacy organizations praised him for using his platform to speak out. Perez Hilton's bold reaction might help get attention to a story that could otherwise be swept under the rug, one domestic violence prevention group wrote on social media. Other celebrities have also begun to weigh in. Fellow 90 Day Fiancé cast members posted messages of support for Leda and condemnation of Eric's alleged actions. One former castmate wrote, "You can hate me for saying this, but I always knew something was off. No woman deserves that, especially with a child in her arms." As the legal process unfolds, the Rosenbrook's future is uncertain. Eric has yet to release a statement through his attorney, but early indications suggest he may plead not guilty. It's not uncommon in domestic abuse cases for defendants to deny the allegations or claim self-defense. However, if there are eyewitnesses, audio recordings, or visible injuries, those claims may not hold up in court. Meanwhile, fans are holding their breath for Leda's next move. Will she file for divorce? Will she press charges? Or will she disappear from the public eye again, hoping to avoid the chaos that follows their name? Perez Hilton's role in this saga may seem small, a tweet, a blog post, but in today's culture, public reaction can shape outcomes. Judges, prosecutors, and even victims themselves take notice of how the court of public opinion responds. And when someone like Hilton throws down 3 words as strong as "lock him up," it resonates. The phrase has now taken on a life of its own. It's trending as a hashtag, being printed on memes, and used in online petitions demanding stricter punishment for domestic violence. Some fans are even suggesting Hilton launch a campaign to support victims of reality TV-related abuse, saying his voice could create real change. What happens next for Eric Rosenbrook is in the hands of the justice system, but Perez Hilton has already delivered his verdict. And for many fans, that's the only sentence that feels just. For now, Leda and her baby are reportedly staying with a relative, surrounded by support, while authorities determine the safest next steps. One thing is certain. The reality TV drama that once entertained millions has now taken a dark turn into real-life consequences. And with the spotlight now back on them, not for love stories or cultural clashes, but for violence and victimhood, Perez Hilton's 3-word message echoes louder than ever across the internet.